Hello, hello, hi. Welcome, welcome. I added a new feature to my little dice thing. We have this thing. You can roll the dice, and if you get a 20, you win a free mascot commission. It's like a gotcha game. So yeah, I thought it'd be a silly thing to add, just put that in the corner. However, there are two sets of commands. You can roll it with the channel points, and that's free. That doesn't win you anything. It only triggers when you donate, I think, 501 bits exactly. So, yeah. Hi, Kane. Welcome on in. I mean, you can roll the dice. Ow. I was going to say who threw that, but I realized, oh, you rolled a nat 20. See, if you had given 501 bits, you would have gotten a free mascot commission. Yep, you did. But yeah, welcome on in. Who's joined us? Hi, Nadia. Hi, Hotchag. Hi, Kay. Hi, Kaji. Is it Kagi or Kaji? I asked this last time, so I hope you forgive me for asking again. Is it GIF or GIF? That kind of question. Kaji? Okay. Just confirming. I had a feeling. I just didn't trust myself. So, yeah, welcome on in, guys. How have you been? What have you been up to? We will continue the Eldritch Owl model. Or a new pair of glasses? Oh. Glasses are expensive, right? I don't know, cause I don't wear them. I remember seeing something like it's a bit of a scam where there are like so many different companies that all sell glasses, but they all belong to like the same group. And as a result, they kind of just artificially inflate the price, so that's why glasses are expensive. Yeah. You guys are being charged to see. Sounds awful. Anyway, I did the legs. Um I did have to cut off the feet because I forgot they don't have like bird feet, around 600 quid for lenses and frame. Have you considered just not seeing? Yes, but I also drive a car. That sounds like the other drivers' problems. If they are not fast enough to swerve away from you, they shouldn't be on the road. So, if you really think about it, please drive safely. Don't listen to random cats on the internet. I wanted to know, do we do the core set? Because I'm thinking this design, or do we just shade the legs? Hmm. I don't know why I'm feeling a bit of strain in my voice, so I apologize for that. Yep, we'll do the legs. Executive decision. we've been doing a lot more art lately. We've been very productive. It's a strange feeling. That's a bit of a problem. I think one thing I've noticed about working full body models is my focus kind of shifts a little bit. Hmm. Wait, I forgot my disclaimer. Yeah, there we go. Scamming, that's very TV time of you. What do you mean by TV time? Hey, we all got bills to pay. And besides, I was thinking, if people like give bits and stuff, I don't know, I ought to give something back. Deltarune? I have never played Deltarune. I don't ever expect the thing to actually be used, but the option is there. But hi, Orca. How's it going? Played Deltarune, waiting for the last three chapters. Hmm. I saw the gameplay. I still don't know what. Yeah, I still don't know what's going on in Deltarune. So yeah, it's not one of those games where you just take one look and you're like, automatically, like, oh, this is a game about so so and so. Gameplay's basically like Undertale. I have never played Undertale either. It's fine if I shade here because this part's going to be covered with feathers, kind of like this, and they'll kind of just like bleed into the rest of the leg, and it slowly shifts to being human. You know, I forgot I had that. I forgot I had that redeem. It just like deletes 500 points. Is like thank you for your sacrifice. There was a time I considered doing something with it, but I'm like, yeah, I don't know. I feel like it had potential, and then I kind of just forgot about it. God, I'm so smart and generous as well because you just gave that points back to me. Yeah. I was showing this art to someone, and they were like, when someone saw this art, like the work in progress, they're like, I want to lick it, which I think I should be flattered that it looks nice, but I don't know. Not the reaction I was expecting. When about it, the texture seems like Lego tires. I mean, like rubber, very squishy, satisfying. Oh, I don't know. I've never bitten into one of those. I am trying to render it. Mm, I've never really rendered. What's it called? This is a new technique for rendering that I'm trying out. So far, so good. You'll notice, especially where the light is, I do a little bit of shading, and then I do a little bit of a little white gleam over it, and yeah, I think that comes out nicely. This is the vision that I'm going for. Dress, but like the leg is kind of sticking up and sticking out. Suddenly, my brain can't handle that art technique. Have you tried? Have you tried, or did you take a look at it and be like, that looks hard and didn't do it? Because, a lot of the times things, if you look at them overall, they seem like super terrifying and like really hard to do. But the moment you try it, you compartmentalize and things work out. Tried very hard. Hmm. Did you look at tutorials? Did you try other stuff? Probably did. And very important, for how long did you try? Because that's also very important. Okay, I think the leg is fine. Looks like I have no idea. That makes me assume it wasn't very long. How long do you think it took for me to learn art? It took me about 4 years to get to where I am today. And that's just not 4 years of practice, just casually. It's looking at a lot of tutorials, trying to study the fundamentals of art. I really like this one. Hold on. Got a shout out my art Oshi. I think Hot Shack the other day he had asked about like wanting to learn art. I'm like, I learned everything I know from this guy. This is the channel. This guy, he doesn't just draw and say draw like this. He talks about the fundamentals and everything, and the concept of like what makes things cute. For example, if you want something adorable, you make the eyes very round, very wide. If you want something like more evil, you make it like evil or chaotic. You make it kind of sharp and pointed. That kind of stuff. So I wanted to go for. If you take a look at my model, I wanted to go for something that's adorable but a little bit, what's it called? a little bit like adorable, but also a bit chaotic. So you see a soft, rounded face, but the hair is very kind of is very messy, very pointy, very sharp, and yeah, gives off gremlin energy. It's not the kind of thing that if you show people, they'll immediately understand and they explain it to you that way. They'll look at it and be like, oh, that's nice, that's cute, that's this, that's that. But like subconsciously, they're like, it gives me this impression, and I don't know why. So yeah. Games, I can now be like Ordi, yeah. It's not like I'm anything special. It's just I put in like a lot of time because I wanted to. Does my voice sound weird today? Or is it just me? Remind me of something, need to talk to my friend. Understandable. I feel like when I talk, there's a bit of like resistance. Hmm. Maybe I'm tired. Yeah, I'll just throw that on. They have just been grinding art commissions like the last couple of days. I don't think I did anything interesting, and that's becoming a problem. I have devoted myself to the art. Maybe I need more hobbies. What do you guys recommend? Lay it on me. Okay, back. Welcome back. So, how's your day already? Kind of uneventful. Although, through pure coincidence, I'm not sure why. I think like two different clients had reached out within like the span of 24 hours and asked about like where they are on the queue and all of that stuff. So I was like, oh, this makes me nervous. This stresses me out. So I'm like, I didn't know that. Okay, I have had people like ask about it. Not like they're rushing or impatient or anything. A lot of times they're just like kind of excited. And usually it's like not an issue. But I notice if like multiple people start like all asking at once, it makes me feel a bit pressured. So I'm like, I should add this in the TOS. Because I can understand like if a deadline is approaching and like you've not heard anything, sure. But these are ones with I can understand that people are like how would you say this? For example, if there's one where the deadline is like over 2 months away, like yeah, that's like a bit strange that they're asking already. It's not a bad thing. They didn't do anything wrong, anything like that. It's just I never knew that about myself. where the response to multiple people asking at once makes me feel kind of nervous. Because one time, I think like someone did cancel. And yeah, I don't know how to feel about that. It was a big deal because, okay, put it this way. When it comes to like finances and stuff, I usually get paid like upfront. And I'm like, okay, I have made like, for example, I've made like I made X amount of commissions. I am financially set for like that month and I don't need to worry about it. And then when someone cancels, I kind of have to like minus from that thing. And I'm like, oh, I've actually made less than I thought. Not a good thing. And I start panicking. So yeah, I've never had someone cancel before other than that one instance. And I'm like, poor Ori, never stress yourself too much. Not good for your mental health. You know what else isn't good for my health? Being a broke artist. But fortunately, I did get a job interview, I think like a couple days from now. So hopefully, I will be earning money doing that and still streaming and doing art, but more for fun rather than for commissions. And Kaji, I think yours is one that is, I think like a couple commissions up. Yeah. So don't worry about it. I hope you're excited. I know I am. But so far, art has been like a little bit of a godsend when it came to traveling. Now, I moved, yeah, like what, 3, 4 months ago? I moved to the other side of the world again. And when it comes to like long distance moving, it's you have to quit your job, you have to find a new place, and if you're new in the country, you don't have any history there. Like for example, here in the UK, if you're looking for a new apartment, a lot of the times they ask for like, oh, we need like your last 3 months of like your previous utility bills, so we know like you're someone who pays stuff. If you're new in the country, you don't have previous utility bills. Do you see the dilemma? It's not like they're purposefully being mean and all of that stuff. It's just they have a system that works for like 99.999% of people. So when you're that 0.001%, the system breaks. Which, if you're ever working as a foreigner, kinda sucks. I hope you guys don't have to go through that. I mean, if it's like later in your career, right? Say you're well established, you have experience, people are clawing to hire you and give you a nice salary, it's probably a very different experience. But if you're someone who's like at the start of their career, um, yeah, there's a lot of extra challenges, but at the end of the day, I, all of life is a challenge, so it has made for some interesting stories. And leads to an appreciation of being a citizen wherever you are. Hey, give it like 5 years. I'll get my permanent residence. I'll get my British citizenship. Then I'll be like Nadia, British. I will no longer be able to beat the allegations. So if someone comes in like, wow, this VTuber is very British aesthetic or British themes, I can't say I'm not British. I fear the day we're gonna be British. Yeah, at least on paper. So I was doing something, but I forgot. No. To be fair, I sound very well, I sound very obviously not British. So usually when I start talking to people, they're like, "Oh, he's a foreigner. Is he American?" Someone straight up asked me that once, like when I was ordering a pizza and stuff. I was like at the shop. I was picking it up, talking to the guy. Saying things and all that. How much is it? All of that stuff. And as I was speaking, he was kind of looking at me curiously, and it's like, "Oh, are you a tourist?" I'm like, "No, I live here." It's like, "Oh, are you American?" I was like, "No." So I take the box. I'm like, "Thank you," and I leave because I don't socialize. I went in there with a mission, and that mission was food. Accomplished my task, and I hightailed it out of there. Is that a little loud? By the way, I'm very nervous when it comes to like, not nervous, but cautious when it comes to strangers. Hold on. I saw an OBS. The thing was a little louder than the others. Put it this way, like I was walking home one time. I was carrying groceries, and it was like the evening time, so it started getting like a little bit late. And someone was like on their bike, on going the opposite way from me, and me being the polite cat I am, I step out of the way, polite smile, head along my way, and the guy like stops and like turns to look at me. And it's like, "Hey, do you have a minute? Can I have a minute of your time?" And I'm like, "No," and I kept walking. A little bit rude, but alone in the street. It's starting to get late. No idea who this person is. Yeah, I'm just gonna decide that I'm not gonna risk it. I'm just gonna go straight home. Is it a bit excessive? Maybe, but I am a cautious cat. Okay, I see this thing. Let me lower the volume, and hopefully it's fine. Okay, let me test it. Okay, that should be better. I did lower it a bit more as well. Ah, yes, the cautious stray. The thing is, I'm very polite, um, but I take no chances. Because you might think, oh, what if this is a stranger in need of help? Okay, what help do they need? Oh, they're lost and need directions? No, they don't. Everyone has a phone. Everyone has Google Maps, right? And I'm in like a smallish town. You can't get lost here. I lived here for like a month. I knew every street. Like I knew where everything was without looking at Google Maps. I'm just like, oh, I need to go to this store. Just walk blind. I open my phone. I type in the directions. I see I'm like, oh, okay, I head this direction where this shop is, and it's like a little bit further down. A month and I knew everything. So they're not lost. I was like, okay, maybe maybe they know where they need to go, but they need help getting there. Oh, maybe they don't have bus fare. Maybe their phone died and they can't call an Uber. Okay. It's a smallish town. You can spend 30 minutes and you'll walk from one end of the town to the other. Even if your phone is dead, you can get to wherever you want to go on your two legs. And he had a bike. He could get there in 5 minutes. He had a bike, which makes me assume he's local. So I'm like, hmm. And I'm like, yep, all of the scenarios where they would have needed help, I'm not buying it. So I just went on home. You never know. People are like super creepy. And you might always think like, nah, I'd like to choose to believe in like the good in people, and I do too. People that I know and have gotten a little bit acquainted with. So, yeah. Because there are like a lot of instances where, I've had like super creepy encounters with people. Um, yeah. Don't assume it'll never happen to you. So always be on your toes. A socializing normally, I would never even look at a stranger, so don't talk to them. I would look at strangers. Yeah, if someone just stands there menacingly, I usually just cross the street, or like if they're heading the opposite way. and there's like no cars and stuff, I am just cautious. I cross the road. Or if like how do you say this? You know, like if you're walking the same direction as another person, I'm like, I don't. I feel like a bit odd because like I've been on the same path with this person like for a while. I just like change because I walk like very quickly and a little bit menacingly. So, I don't want to like speed walk like past someone and overtake them. Um, so I usually cross the street so that I can power walk to my heart's content. I just saw Wally jump into my laundry basket. Yeah, got absorbed by the yapping. It's okay. I like the yapping. I did a lot of art progress today, so I can yap guilt free. We are halfway through September. I have already started. What's it called? I'm already halfway through like October commissions. So well done, everyone. Congratulate yourselves for who exploded and why. That was strange. I'm talking about the little stream avatars down here. I just saw them go flying, so I'm like, oh, someone used a bomb. But I looked, I didn't see a command for it. I'm like, Wait, is it like in the little thing at the bottom if you scroll down? You know, streaming avatars has like a lot of stuff that I just straight up have not looked into. You know what I need? I need someone who knows it really well so that they can just tell me what to do. I don't think I'm bothered to like learn everything. There they go again. What's going on? I want to take a look. Hold on. I'm scrolling down. I don't know why mine doesn't pop up. Anyway, I'm just morbidly curious. Sorry, I'll just put that away now. I get distracted a bit easily. So I realized this gotcha sign is like massive. We can get rid of the frog. Someone who's suspicious of being a bomb. Yeah, who's blowing up here? Someone's not me, I swear. That's what they all say. Put him in jail. Ooh, speaking of not jail, but the mascots, I finally got around to making a toggle that shows all of them on screen. Hold on. You'll notice my model freezes because it's loading in like 20 models. Give it a second. Ta-da! Guys, check it out. I decided that I needed like a really quick way of showing all of the models at once. Maybe someone reads in or something. Yeah. I also did like record a new showcase video where they're like all there. And I'm like, I should keep this as a toggle because you never know. Also cute, thank you. Win the gotcha. And no wait, you already commissioned me, Kaji. Other people can win the gotcha and get a little one of them all by yourself. Cast Black Kitty. Oh yeah. You know what? Let me bring it. I'm not gonna load them all. I'll just bring the cat. The Void Kitty. We worked on this one like a while ago. Yeah. I like this one. It's super cute. Very bouncy. I was curious as to like how to make like a model that is basically just like a black silhouette. And I'm like, the glowy feature. It really brings it out rather than it kind of looking like a shadow. Yeah. I love working on models. People are blowing up. Usually it's typed like in the chat, but I don't know how that works through like the little window. So cute, reminds me of Hollow Knight. I can see the resemblance, yeah. Should I make like a what's it called? Hollow Knight model? I'm sure one exists. There has to be. I just searched Hollow Knight Live 2D. Yep, I see someone that has the model. It's cute. I don't know if they get. I think they gave it away for free. You know the thing about making copyrighted stuff. Like for example, I have made mascots for like large creators, like just fan made model is basically fan art. I made those for like practice and stuff, but I'm like, I could give these away. And I was worried at first. I'm like, would I get in trouble for making this and giving it away? So I looked into it. Most of the time, if you make it and give it away for free, you don't pay wallet. A lot of the time, people don't mind. Okay, I saw that bomb. It is either Orca or Kaji. Guys are my lead suspects now. I need a detective hat. I think we're done shading the legs. I grabbed the dragoons. I love them so much. Ah, thank you. I did notice there are like some breaks in the rigging, but I don't know if I'm bothered to fix them. It's like if you start jerking your head very violently, there's this old bug that I used to have where it kind of just like starts glitching very quickly. Um, but most of the time, no one is violently shaking their head like that, unless you're like showing off like the jiggle physics. To be fair, if you ever use them and you find like the bugginess is like much, do let me know. Like I could probably fix it in like 10 minutes. But then again, most people view the showcase video and like it. Most don't actually like get the model to use, right? There was actually one case, right, where someone used the standard Dragoon model and they were running like a VTuber news channel and they were using that as their model. It was all in Mandarin or one of the Chinese languages. I can't tell them apart. But yeah, I saw that. I was like, oh, the reason I figured it out, well, not figured it out, is I just opened Twitter like I do once a month or so, and I saw like notifications. Someone had tagged me, and I go to see what it was, and I see like, oh, someone had like decided to make a. They basically wanted their content was VTuber news, and they didn't have a model, so they used one of the ones that I gave away for free, and they were just like crediting me. I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. I think I have it somewhere. I have too many folders. Hmm. 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 No, I don't see it here. I love the chunky dragoon. Yeah. Fun fact. Um, when it comes to all my mascot models, I made like one really nice preset of physics settings for the Momo model when I first started. And whenever I put in a new model, a new mascot model in VTube Studios, I just copy the settings from that Momo onto a new one, right? And if you look at like the image, if you open like the files, you'll notice the picture, the PNG that shows up on VTube Studio. That one is actually titled Momo. I was trying to see like who blew up, but I noticed you guys are smart. You only do it when you're next to each other, so it doesn't really show who's blowing up who or themselves. But anyway, that is why all of the images. Sorry, I lost my train of thought. Yeah, that is why if you look at like the model files, the PNG for like this is the profile picture of the model, they're all called Momo because I used to just copy the settings from the Momo file until eventually I updated them with ow. I updated them with the Dragoon, the chonky one. So every time I throw in a new model, I don't like manually set everything up at once. I just say copy settings from model Dragoon chonk. You know what I want to do? I want to work on my own model and I want to give it like a little hoodie. You know, okay, I'm assuming you're a fan of Doki. Do you know like the little Dragoon hoodie that she has? I want to make something like that. But not only for the Dragoon ones, I mean like a lot of different ones that I can just like toggle between. I think that'll be cool. It will be mostly just like for my teacup model, but I am thinking I could make it like an actual asset for like that I could just like put on my vegan or coffee. No, no, but they nice. Oh, okay. I'm a bit surprised to hear that. Usually, the people who get the mascots are the community members of the fans. But then again, that was just my assumption. I'm thinking it's Kaji who's blowing everyone up. Because I'm looking at the trajectory. Orca went flying sideways, whereas Kaji went straight up. Hmm. Confess your sins. I honestly can't tell. I'm just guessing here. Actually, I was feeling the neck was like kind of bland. And I tried to do like some shading for, like the tendons and all that. But since she's like looking sideways at an angle, I felt like it came out a bit weird. But I'm like, I don't want to leave you just like this. And then the answer came to me chokers. I'm like 80% sure. It is either Kaji blowing them up or someone who's planning a bomb there. Anyway, it doesn't matter. I'm not the one being blown up. But how have you guys been? What have you been up to? I've mostly just been like in art jail, just wake up, do art, go to sleep. I really want to start doing more full body commissions. So I really want to finish this one kind of quickly. Things with art for things. What kind of things? I just realized if you're getting a mascot commission, I'm assuming you stream. So there, I just dropped a follow. There we go. Okay, where were we? I feel like sometimes my brain doesn't make that connection. I just realized, yeah. Do you know what other fun commands with streaming avatars exist? Yeah, you guys can just fight it out. Yep, like usual, I always lose. You need to understand, this is like a battle royale of like a bunch of people, and it's just random chance. It has nothing to do with skill. It's basically just RNG. I wouldn't stress too much about it. No, I'm making a mistake here. Should be like this. Hmm. Yeah, that should be fine, because this part's not even going to be visible anyway. So, do more full body, non chibi models. I mean, I'll still be doing mascots, but the thing about mascots, right, is they're a lot simpler, and I like a challenge, if that makes sense. So I did a full body commission not too long ago, and I don't know, I just kind of I realized I missed how fun it was to kind of just work on like a full body model, all the challenges, the stress, and all of that good stuff, right? So yeah, because I think like previously, before the one I just did, the only full body showcases I had were from like years ago. And I look at them and like, this is full of like outdated art and a lot of rigging mistakes. And I'm like, I have improved like 1,000 times over. This is not an accurate representation of what I'm capable of. So I decided I'm just going to do this. So, what you're saying, you want to throw yourself at a wall and enjoy the chance of getting through it? It's like a puzzle, right? Live 2D is you're trying to do something. You're like, oh, okay, this thing, you do X, Y, and Z. Oh, you've encountered this problem. How do I solve said problem? I think this place is making me a bit sleepy. Let me change it up. But yeah, I've been enjoying it. And I'm like, I want to do more. Because I had my full body commissions like there, but it was closed for like the longest time. Simply because I was just doing mascots, like, a lot of them. And I'm like, sure, it's simple, it's quick, it's easy, but I'm like, I crave a challenge sometimes. So yeah, I'm doing this one. I shall remember this. It's a bit ominous. Don't worry about it. That's what I usually say when I'm being mischievous. Okay, my vision is to have this core set kind of like this, and then like the bird feathers kind of sticking out, almost like from behind as well. Okay, and there we are. Okay, we can turn the boobs back on. The thing about live 2D rigging is it's not just what looks good, it's what interacts with each other as well. Like for example, this is just one flat drawing and looks nice. But the thing is, how do you get it to move once it comes to rigging? So, like, for example, the core set is like one piece in quotes. But reality is you have the piece that's around the torso, you have the piece that's, cupping each side. Yeah. Okay, how does this look? Hmm. What color is a corset? I don't want to do full black though. What about this color? No. What about something like this? Are people getting ads? Did I set this as a mature stream? Hold on. I may have forgotten. Nope, it's still on from last time. That's all good. I haven't broken Twitch TOS. No need to ban me just yet. Oh, oops. Wrong window. It's a shame it'll cover Dan Clancy's face. Because I thought this was funny. I feel like this is too pointy. Hmm. I think I like the pointed design of this thing rather than the kind of flatter one here. But if I focus on the art a little bit too much? Okay, she's supposed to be evil. Let's go for pointed design. What about that? Okay, I think I can get rid of Dan Clancy now. It was a good bit, but it served its purpose. Okay, let's see. Can we just simply flip this thing over? Because once I'm done with this thing, I can stop censoring it and I can get rid of the mature content theme. So, yeah, I look forward to that. Although, I think I think I should still keep it just way smaller so that it's not really visible. So that if I accidentally toggle it off, it's still there. Makes sense? Okay, perfect. Okay, we can. Oh, see what I mean? If I removed sexual themes and accidentally did that, they could have banned me. Probably not, but you know. You never know. Hmm. Okay. I think this is fine. No. This should actually be a bit further down. There we go. Okay. We are I'm not going to say done, but we've made progress, so that's good. Hi, Feather. Welcome on in. What do you think of Key's model so far? I'm in Gartic phone right now, so can't watch. Understandable. I am thinking of a bit of a shorter stream today. So, we are. And I think you should just keep going for a little bit. Okay, new idea. The corset is fine. We should move it a bit more. I feel like that requires a bit of brain power. And I don't think I'm feeling it today. So, I think we are gonna call it here. So, yeah, sorry. It's a little bit of a short stream. But I do find myself kind of tired. I don't know why. So, I think I'm just gonna call it a day. You get some rest. And yeah, thanks for stopping by. Sorry I was what's it called? So it's not as yappy or lively as usual. I think I may have overdone it with the work stuff earlier today. Um so yeah. I apologize. Hopefully next stream I'll be back to my usual self. And Yeah, I think we're just gonna raid ad. Who do we know that's live? Okay, I see Katana is live. Can raid into them. So thanks again everyone for stopping by. So sorry for the very short stream, but I feel like it's best if, the mood is in there. Call it a day, do something fun later. So thanks for stopping by, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.